Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Libra. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me, keeping me safe, Libra. We have a few cards showing. We have our Queen of Cups, we have our Hierophant with the Queen of Swords. So going for the truth, learning about the truth, being open to learning about the truth, that judgment, having a second chance with a King of Cups, reconciliation with a Page, having that forgiveness or offering forgiveness, starting a new relationship. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Cups. So there is destiny taking its place here. It's coming in. There will be a commitment, a new commitment, a beginning, something small to start. It could be friendship, it could be romance, but there is a commitment attached. There is a King of Cups who wants a second chance, and then there is lessons learned, knowing the truth. We have our Six of Cups with the Magician to say that someone from the past is trying to manipulate their way into a relationship or commitment. Libra, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, but most of all for showing up. Let's see, we have some more cards here. Eight of Cups with the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So someone is walking away from an offer. The focus is on a higher level of relationship. Could be marriage for some, could be going back to school. Someone's walking away from that. We have the Empress with the Nine of Pentacles. So there is abundance coming in, whether it is an abundance of knowledge or if it is money. There's Three of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords. Somebody's worried about money. Somebody's worried about contracts, maybe not getting contracts. And then we have the Judgment for second chance to reconcile. So somebody's worried that somebody else is going to walk away from that. They don't have much to offer, in other words. So being that it's a Page of Cups, again, it's to start something new. We're looking at the Empress with the Two of Wands. So somebody's going to change plans, and it is for her best interest. So even if you are a male watching this, it's not just women that get the Empress. It is that sense of security, stability, and that is going to change. Again, we have the Hangman and the Eight of Cups. So somebody is holding back from leaving because of finance. And then we have the Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords. So somebody's worried about talking about certain truths. Again, dealing with third parties and reconciliation for some. Libra, what a busy July you're having. Coming back with someone from the past, reconciling, recognizing who they really are, getting the truth from them, about them, dealing with money, dealing with contracts, walking away from certain contracts. Libra, it's quite a busy month. Today is the 12th of July when I do this reading. I am using the Stained Glass Tarot by James Edward. The Celtic Cross is the spread that I'm using. Cards are chosen at random. We have our Seven of Pentacles and our Four of Wands. So could be stalemate on a high level of relationship, not wanting to, because we saw the Eight of Cups there, and then now we have the Seven of Pentacles, wanting to go to fruition, but it feels more like a stalemate. And we have at the bottom of the deck the two of swords. So holding back on going toward that marriage, holding back, not wanting, going into stalemate. Somebody's going to say no to a wedding or wedding proposal anyway. Here we have this card showing itself as the Queen of Pentacles. She's not interested. And after that, it's the Page of Wands. Because the offer is too small, it's not enough. There's no stability in that offer. There's no sense of stability in the offer. Coming from Earth sign, or you're dealing with your own sense of stability from within. The oracle deck that I'm using is the Herbal Astrology by Adriana Ayales. Ooh, there's a bit of friction here. The moon is still in Capricorn when I do this read. Trying to remember if there was something I wanted to say. No. Libra. Let's see where we're going with this read. The cards are chosen at random for the Celtic cross, and we're starting off with the Hermit. So you're wiser to, or you've healed from certain situation. We have a Three of Cups, so third parties or reconciliation seems to be the challenge here, depending on your situation. If you are coming into wisdom, you're coming into understanding, you have knowledge of third parties that you are now looking to overcome, or you have overcome, you want to reconcile, or somebody wants to reconcile. We have third parties in general, which will be the test. If you are going to get involved in a relationship, could be that it will have third parties attached to it. We have the King of Swords, so we're keeping a distance and we're keeping our arm's length to emotions, because he does not go in on the emotional. Here it is, the King of Swords. You are either Libra yourself, or you're dealing with Aquarius or Gemini. It feels more like a Libra here, this King of Swords, because of the wisdom. He's going to apply the knowledge and is stepping away from third parties. At least the test is to overcome them. Here we have our Eight of Wands. So leaps and bounds, having all the knowledge, having all that sense of feeling, wanting to know more, wanting to express what you feel, wanting to travel for some. You've been on a journey, whether it is an emotional or passionate one, or physical for some. Others of you want to travel, or you want to express what you know, because you've acquired certain knowledge. Here we have our Page of Swords. So again, you've acquired certain knowledge. Page of Swords is understanding that knowledge, or researching, or being told certain information. Either way, you've gathered up some information that you know now more than you did before. Here we have the Knight of Swords. So we're looking at, again, another air sign. Could be Aquarius, could be Libra, could be Gemini. But I know that the moon is going into Aquarius soon, following the Capricorn moon. So you could get information quite suddenly, as soon as the next couple of days. Or you could be going into the 9th of August for a full moon, where fruition will come and total understanding, or conversation even, because this is a messenger. So look forward to communication within the next couple of days, or within the next full moon. That's right, the moon is full this evening. The Chariot, sorry, is where you're at. So you're changing You're changing direction. You've had discussions. You've come into understanding certain information that you are now privy to has made you change a direction that you were following, is whether it is to communicate with someone or not to communicate with someone, or to go to them or not to go to them. You're changing the direction of this trajectory, whether you've decided you don't want to deal with certain people, because King of Swords says that he's made up his mind, and nothing will move the King of Swords once he's made up his mind. And things have changed suddenly, quite suddenly, again within the next couple of days, if it hasn't, until the 9th of August. That is the next full moon. And here you are dealing with the Four of Pentacles, someone who is being selfish, someone who does not want to open up, someone who is either trying to rob you, has robbed you, will rob you, or is planning to do so. Maybe that's the news that you're getting. They want, or they're keeping from you, or they want to steal from you. This is a lack. This is a sense of fear, this card. Someone is afraid to open up to you. Someone is afraid that you may find out certain information. They're being very selfish. They don't want to share. Libra. Their fear is in being caught in a lie. But you already know the information. This is why you're changing your trajectory. You're going in a different direction now, because of what they had said has turned out to be untrue. You're following your intuition on that one. You're not letting them pull the wool over your eyes again. Here it is, the Queen of Swords. You're going to get the truth from them. Or you're just going to get the truth, or you're going to just go off into your own space. But you're being patient. You're waiting for certain truths to come, because you know that there will be a message. Libra is pretty straightforward here, dealing with third parties or people dealing with third parties. And here it is, the Three of Swords was coming away there. So having to reconcile or make peace with. Four of Swords, somebody will talk, or somebody will want to talk, and this is why you're being patient. Here we have the Page of Cups, so somebody wants to make an apology. Somebody wants to make a proposal. It is a small one. Someone wants to start something new. Again, we're looking at turning of events here. This is destiny playing itself out. They have no choice but to come to you to either apologize because they know that what they've done is wrong, or they want to make an apology, or they want to offer you friendship, or this could be you wanting to do just that, knowing that what you have done is wrong, and you want to make an apology, or you want to make an offer. Either way, the truth is coming. The truth is coming. We have the Page of Wands. So you could be dealing with a fire sign. Again, we're down to the pages because they want to confess that they have been caught up in third parties, or they want to bring things back into the balance and say goodbye to third parties. Here we have the Seven of Wands. They want to stand in their integrity. Either way, if you are being passionate about bringing things back into the balance, or they are, it is a question of telling the truth. And the Wheel of Fortune is bringing this in. Either way, you are going to get the truth. You're going to follow your instinct. You're going to call them out in the lies that they've told, or you're going to get the truth from them. Either way, the Seven of Wands says that you or they, someone is standing in their integrity. They're standing on higher ground because they want to see things come back to balance. They want to put things right again. And here we have our Ten of Pentacles, where this cycle will come to an end, and we will have there will be either healing or there will be depression, because someone is afraid. We have that Four of Pentacles going towards the Ten of Pentacles because they don't want to share. They don't want to share the wealth. They don't want to share in the abundance. They're being very selfish. And that is where either you or they, someone is going to turn away from an offer. Look at it from your perspective. If it is that you want to make the offer, then the person will turn away. And if it is that they want to make the offer, then you will turn away. The Knight of Pentacles. It's going to take a long time for things to change with this person or this group or where you work or the family member, whoever it is that wants to come around. It's going to take a long time for them to change their habits, their ways. They're moving very, very slowly. For the Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, they have to struggle. They are struggling. They are very much so struggling to come into their intuition, into their integrity. Their ego is the problem here. This is where the Eight of Wands comes in, where you or they, we're coming back full circle. It's a broken eight, but this ego here, wanting to express, wanting to show what they know. Well, here we have the 6 plus 2 makes the 8. Wanting to start again, wanting to show what they know, wanting to make plans and change them. And it's just all, that communication is constantly changing. Again, it's because of the fear. They don't want to share. They just keep either giving excuses or giving different reasons why. But you're going to stand on your own, and you're going to see that you need to make a decision to move along, get your satisfaction. Again, the 9 and the 9. So we have again, it's not healing. It's going into confusion. Yes, I want, and all the things that we want, and then when it comes time, they can't deliver because they're holding back, because they're afraid. People who you're dealing with, Libra, they're afraid because you know the truth about them, and they know that, and they can't seem to come clean. They can't seem to overcome it. That's why we have that broken 8. It's their ego that is taking or having the best of them. Here we have seeing that there is third parties, or hiding secrets about third parties, or just afraid to be caught in the lie because they know that they're going to get caught. So they're keeping everything secret, or they're not telling you certain information. They're keeping it from you. All right, let's see, what is the oracle message for Libra? Oh, turn the cards upside down. Oh, this one turned upside down. No, it's the I'm looking at it as if it's upside down. It's the way the blooms are hanging down. We have Angel's Trumpet, the Death card. Again, transformation. Things need to change, and it's going to take a long time for them to change. So if you're looking for confirmation on having a new start, it is a new start, but it's not going to come to fruition. It's going to stalemate. It's going to stop, where it's going to get stuck, where they're not going to be able to come forward. They're going to regress. Where you want to go forward, they're going to take steps back. Let's see the 46. Having trouble finding. Okay, let's see. There we go. Angel's Trumpet, Death. All right, here we see breakdown, cathartic transformation, rising from the ashes, elimination, death, shedding the old. See, that is the positive. And in the negative, we see ignoring the call, mental and emotional crisis. illusion, shattered, refusing reality. That's where this is turning around. They keep going around into fear. They're not facing the fear. Angel's trumpet has an intoxicating scent and flowers that resemble angelic horns aim downward, symbolizing the call of the angels to humanity. Plants in the Bergmania genus and relatives like Daturas have a rich history of use among shamans and magic practitioners, even though they are poisonous. Some South American indigenous groups like the Kamsa, Jivaro, and Engano initiate their children at a young age into the path of Curandissimo, becoming a healer by ingesting angel's trumpet during a flower ceremony. Jivaro or Hivaro boys who walk the shamanic path are given the medicine at the age of 6 to acquire an external vision producing soul that lets them communicate with ancestors called Arutam Wakani. Boys and their fathers go on long pilgrimages to sacred waterfalls where they engage in sacred bathing, fasting, and drinking of tobacco water. Then the angel's trumpet juice is ingested to effect contract with the supernatural, during which the Arturum Wakani appear as jaguars and anacondas and enter the boys' bodies. Wow, what a ritual. The guidance given here from angel's trumpet signals a time of catharsis or death. A deep emotional breakdown is due or near. You may feel lost in your own emotional despair, depression, shame, or unworthiness, but know that the angels of discernment and darkness are here to support you. Coming eye to eye with the darkest feelings within yourself catalyzes the greatest awakening. You see, that is where the Four of Cups, where is it? We saw the Four of Cups. Like the choice, the Nine for satisfaction, the Swords. God, all the confusion still to come. Hold on, Libra. I saw it, I talked about it right here, and then I go so far as to reach the Death card, and then I see more confusion. So you see, it takes a long time for the change to come. The passion, that wanting to take a chance and come forward and make an offer and be all passionate and make a proposal to bring things back into the balance is where you need to take the higher ground. Step away, or at least step into. They don't want to share something here. Bringing things back into the balance and standing in their integrity is a farce. It is a farce because they want to propose that marriage. They want to come, and then there's that Four of Cups where it goes, you or they, somebody goes into depression, and it takes a very long time to come through that depression. That's where I was thinking when I was reading the coming eye to eye with the darkest feelings within yourself catalyzes the greatest awakening. And this is where you will see the truth again. She's going to have her truth. Truth is coming out. You're going to see the true colors of the person who is trying to convince you to be with them. Deeply pause, let go of control, and witness the broken pieces within yourself with loving awareness. The medicine of the bat symbolizes the need for the ritualistic death of relations, situations, or aspects of life. Bat, like angels' trumpet, signals catharsis and rebirth, signaling literal or metaphysical death of old patterns and worn out habits. Understand that you can reconstruct at any time, regardless of how shattered you might feel. So something has, again, that Page of Swords, you've come into knowing, you've come into understanding certain information. And people who you're dealing with are going to give you the truth, even though they're holding back, afraid to share, afraid to open up, not wanting to share. And then coming forward with an offer, big proposal to bring things back into the balance, and giving you the impression they're standing in their integrity and that they want to be with you and you alone. Is only going to bring sorrow. You're going to turn from that because you know it takes a long time before you can just come back into your integrity. And the time that you've spent apart is not long enough if that is the case. On that note, Libra, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.